Hi children, today we are going to learn an interesting topic. I think this will be, useful to students who are aspiring to create or make short films. So kindly listen to the class. Today we are going to learn camera focus. That is, we are going to study actually the different types of camera focus and how they contribute to visual storytelling. And see, we also will look at some iconic examples. Okay, in today's class. So what is this camera focus? The focus of camera is another dimension which can produce an effect on the film image. So to create an effect on the film image, we use this focus. Camera focus is more than just making sure your image is sharp and detailed. Directors and cinematographers can manipulate the depth of field in film or photography for a variety of purposes. So now you will be wondering what this depth of field is. You see that. So what is this depth of field, shortly known as DOF? See, to understand what focus is, you need to have a firm grasp on some other photographic elements like depth of field and aperture. So this term depth of field used to describe the size of the area in your image where objects appear acceptably sharp. So the area in question is known as the field, and the size, that is in Z space, of that area is the depth of the field. See, the size of the area in your image where objects appear acceptably sharp is the depth of the field. And the centermost point of the field is known as the point of focus. The imaginary two-dimensional plane that extends from that point is known as the plane of focus. And any part of your image that falls directly on this plane is officially in focus. Next we will see what aperture is. The aperture of a film camera is the hole in the lens that opens or closes to let more or less light into the camera to expose the film. The aperture settings work with the shutter speed of the camera body to determine length of film exposure. Aperture is a lens setting that affects depth of field. An example of an aperture is the opening in a camera lens. See, there are various types of camera focus to choose from, each with their own unique storytelling properties. So manipulating focus is another way of communicating with your camera shots. See, when we start creating a short list, there are certain considerations that we have to give, that we have to consider, that we have to give. Sometimes we consider the shot size or even camera framing, camera angles and camera movement. So all these are certainly important, but there is one consideration that often gets overlooked, and that is camera focus. So you see, films we watch, will keep these subjects in focus for 95% of the time. So with the odd slip up here and there, that is focus. So there are two types of major focus: deep focus and shallow focus. The first one is deep focus, second one shallow focus, or otherwise narrow focus. So you'll see what is deep focus first. Deep focus shots, they have maximum depth of field, and the objects in the scene are sharp and in focus in every plane. So deep focus cinematography is a kind of camera angle that allows the cinematographer to keep everything in perspective without favoring foreground, midground or background. So everything will be visible in deep focus. Deep focus is when you want the audience to see everything at once. This may include a wide angle of mountains in the distance or objects in the foreground and background simultaneously. And this is a best example for deep focus. Here in this image, you can see the scene, everything is, objects or scene, everything are sharp and in focus in every plane. See, this is also in focus. This and everything is in focus. And this is also another example for deep focus. Here you see, from foreground, middle ground and background, all the images or objects are in focus. Foreground, middle ground, and even this dog, which is in the extreme end of the corner, is also visible in this shot. So this is deep focus. And this is another example from Orson Welles' film Citizen Kane, deep focus. You can see the background also, everything is clearly shown, visible. And here again foreground, middle ground, and even this image is clearly visible, background. So all the images or objects are, you can see the window, everything are in sharp focus. So in the movie Citizen Kane, so this picture is also from Citizen Kane, Orson Welles' Citizen Kane. So in the movie Citizen Kane, just see how everything in the foreground, middle ground and background stay in focus. So one of the benefits of using deep focus as seen in these shots from Citizen Kane is the ability to camera movements to create dynamic frame compositions. So this actually diminished the need for cutting. So as I said, this image is from the movie Citizen Kane by Orson Welles. Actually, Orson Welles was the first to use it in his film Citizen Kane. And Welles was in fact the first to use deep focus, and actually the credit is given to the cinematographer Greg Tournault, who shot Citizen Kane. The French critic Andrea Bazin, he greatly admired deep focus cinematography, especially when combined with the long take, as was successfully achieved by Jean Renoir or Orson Welles. For Andrea Bazin, deep focus, Andrea Bazin is a French film critic. So for Andrea Bazin, deep focus in contrast to montage created a greater objective realism possible and freed the spectator from making ideological presumptions. So Orson Welles is the one who first introduced deep focus, and now we are moving on to the next one, shallow focus, or otherwise known as narrow focus. So shallow focus was chiefly used from 1920s to the early 1940s in the studio convention for filming as wide-angle lenses, and force films stock were not available during that time. So in shallow focus, if you see, the main characters are sharp. So this is the difference. Only the main characters will be in sharp and clear in the whole image. So importance or priority will be given only to the main characters. And you might want to isolate a subject in the frame with a shallow depth of field. This is a great way to focus on something in particular without going for a close-up or extreme close-up. So without going for a close-up or extreme close-up, you can focus on one particular character or subject, and you can isolate other objects or the subjects on the screen by showing a shallow depth of field. So when we look at shallow focus shots, pay attention to how naturally our eye follows and remains on whatever is in focus. So our eye will focus only on the focused shots. We will ignore the background. I'll show you an example picture. So this is a great way to direct the audience to what is important, because you want the director or cinematographer wanted the audience to view or focus on only one particular image. Audience attention should not be distracted. So this is one way to get their attention focused. Without shallow focus, the cinematographer run the risk of audience not noticing what he or she hope they refers to viewers notice. So the foreground of the frame is sharply outlined in contrast to a blurred background. I'll show you an example. So this is an example for shallow focus. Picture of a woman. If you see, this woman is in focus here, and see the background, the image. This contrast to this image, the background is blurred. Okay, so this image, this woman is in focus. This is shallow focus. If you have seen in deep focus image, see, this is an example for deep focus. Deep focus, everything is in focus. First one, it is foreground, middle ground, and also the image at the extreme end. We are going back to the first example. Yes, this one. See, everything is in focus. So this is deep focus. You want to, that is the director or cinematographer wanted the audience to focus this image and also the other foreground images. Next example, this flame in shallow focus. So the director, cinematographer wanted the audience to give focus only to this red flame, and see the background is blurred. Again, shallow focus photography of a tree. So the buds tree. Here everything is blurred. And here again. So this is in focus. This particular image is in focus. Some character would have dropped this down. So you want to give importance only to this object, and other things are blurred. So apart from these two designs, deep focus and shallow focus, film theorists have identified a third focus also, that is called racking focus. In such shots, the cinematographer changes the focus of the lens to a subject in the background and from the foreground, or vice versa. So this is done to shift audience's attention, or to underline an important relationship between the two subjects. And this is for the day. Thank you. Meet you in next class.